If you're creating a WordPress website and you need to have your articles rank for a given topic, I'm going to show you a tool today called Link Whisper. It's helped me rank articles that I need, and it's using topical authority and also cleaning up some issues on the back end. I'm going to show you the reports. I'm going to show you an example of a search term that I've ranked for and how I did it and how this tool helped me accomplish it. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Hi, my name is William Beam with Suburbia Press, and we're here to help small business people just like me understand the technology of setting up a website and getting the results that they need. So one of the tools I'm talking about is called Link Whisper, and I have a special offer available until July 11th, 2021. There'll still be a discount available after that, but you can get a $20 discount if you look at this tool before then. I'll have something in the description below, and I'll try to put something on screen so you can see where to go and how to get that discount. But why don't we go ahead and take a look at the tool inside. Okay, so this is the dashboard for Link Whisper, and I want to show you a few things. This is for a site that I have that's called orlandolocal.com. It's a site I haven't really done much with lately, but I've decided that I want to go ahead and start ranking. So I'm using this as an example of a site that you can kind of come back around and bring things up if you want to. Because one of the problems I think that a lot of people have, particularly if they're working in blogging, is that everybody tells you go out and create all this amazing content, put it out there, and then you don't get the results. Well, the truth is you need a strategy in order to get those results. And that strategy is something called topical authority. The old way of doing things with Google search is by working on keywords, and keywords still have their place. But if you want to rank for a keyword, you need to think more in terms of a topic rather than a keyword per page. So what we want to do is create an in-depth page that we would like to rank for a particular search term or keyword, and then build supporting articles underneath it that link up to that article. And then those supporting articles should link to each other for relevant terms, and that really helps your search grow. So let me show you an example of this. This is something I just wanted to show you quickly for Ahrefs. For Suburbia Press, it's a new site as I'm doing this. I've only been at this a couple of months, and you can see my domain rating is very small, not even 1. So just keep that in mind, 0.7. I wanted to rank for the term Fluent CRM Review, and there are some heavy hitters out here for this. TechRadar has the #1 spot from February, and you can see their rating is 92 for their domain authority. And if we scroll down here a little bit further, we come to little old me with Suburbia Press in the #6 position. I didn't start off there, but I've moved my way up to this. And I am outranking sites. This one has a domain authority of 42. This one has a domain authority of 25. This one has a domain authority of 19. And 23, of course, there are more. Now, this one, Funnels to Income, there's a really nice guy. I like him a lot. I watch his videos. His name is Augustine Mack, I believe, and I'm probably not getting everything quite right. He's been working on Fluent CRM for quite some time, and he and I were running neck to neck, and he was always a little bit ahead of me until I got Link Whisper, and I started to implement this idea of topical authority, and that shot me up a couple of places above him. So there are a number of things that go into rank and authority, but this link strategy really does make a difference. So what are we talking about? The idea that I want to have a page that I rank for. In this case, it's a review page. Underneath that, I have different articles about different ideas of Fluent CRM. In other words, the review page kind of covers everything on a very broad and wide scale. The pages underneath go deep on a specific topic. So for example, I have demonstrations of how to do specific things. I've also included some videos in there for my YouTube channel so I can get some more time on page. But those articles all link upward to my review page, and then they link to each other. The way you do that with a strategy is using a tool like this to help you find pages that are relevant to what you want to do. So if I go into my posts on Suburbia Press, you'll see I have one here, Fluent CRM, email, Fluent CRM email campaigns. So I've got sequences, campaigns, contacts. I'm talking about different topics that specify something on a given topic underneath Fluent CRM. And if I open this up, you'll see one of the first links right here is to my review. So that's very important. These supporting items, they just need to link to the page that you want to rank. And that helps Google and also your visitors understand the hierarchy and the authority of the different pages that you have. So in other words, this page, every page has a certain amount of link juice. It's giving the very first link that it has to the most important page that I want to rank for. So all the juice that it gets, people coming in here are giving it some juice, and it's passing that up to that review. That's part of your internal strategy. As we scroll down all the way to the very bottom, this is where you start to see where Link Whisper exists on posts and pages. And you can see that you can put in keywords. If there are existing keywords, you can kind of search from your Google console, rank math keywords, because I have rank math installed and so forth. You can update the keywords that you have for an article. You can also limit these little recommendations down here. So if you want to make them specific to the page that you want to rank for, you give that page a category or tag, and then you limit this to only show link suggestions with the same tag as this post. So for example, if I had Fluent CRM as a tag, then that way I make sure I'm not getting things that are irrelevant to the ranking that I want to do. Without any of that checked, you can see that there are a few things in here, and you can edit these. So one of the things that I want to rank for are Fluent CRM email campaigns. I might want to put a link inside that this supporting article links to that supporting article, and that helps build authority for the page that they both link to, which is the Fluent CRM review. However, I don't want to use this one, generate traffic. That's another article that I have, and it's irrelevant to Fluent CRM review. It's relevant to my site, but it is a different topic cluster or different topical authority cluster. So I don't necessarily want to have that one showing up inside of this article. Same thing with Groundhog CRM management. That's a different tool. I may do something that's, this versus that, in which case for that article, it might be relevant. But for this one, I would say configure Fluent SMTP, Fluent CRM email sequences, and email campaigns are all relevant to this post. And here you can see that I can have some opportunities to just check a box, have the link inserted, and I can edit the sentence if I don't like quite how it's done it. And also I can change what the link is. I can just double click on this to get rid of some of the words that it's done. And maybe if I want to add some others, I can click on those. So as you click on a word, it'll toggle whether it is part of the link or not. So that's an option you have. You can edit this completely in an article, or you can just click on some of the links here to make sure that you're getting the words that you want to host the URL that you're going to add to it. So that is how it works inside of a post or a page. And of course, you can add other inbound links, and you can just check this and then click the button, insert links to post, and it will go ahead and put it inside of your post. Now, that's not all the tool does for you, although that is what's really helping me rank, is this idea of topical authority and making sure that I've got a tool that helps me find posts and articles that are relevant to each other. If you're working off of your memory, like for an old site like this one, I don't remember every article and post or podcast episode I've done, so I'm looking for things that help relate them together. But this will show me how many posts I've crawled, how many links that we've found, how many of them are internal links, which is really what this tool is about, is making sure that you have your internal linking strategy in place. Orphan posts are posts that you have that do not have any internal linking. So those are opportunities for you to go in, take a look at them, and say, you know what, this could link to that. You may want to update some tags or keywords inside of it so that they show up when you start looking at your topical authority post that you want to rank for, and then have them all linked together. Broken links, of course, are a little disaster for your SEO. So if I click on this, I can look and see I have external links, and some of them are service not available or not found. So on this one, I had a podcast episode called The Adult Side of Walt Disney World, and I'm linking to Disney World guest services. It's no longer there. Here's another one about great places to find craft beer in Orlando. And there's a location that I put down for Dr. Phillips, which is close to the tourist area here in Orlando. And I thought that would be, something that makes sense. The problem is that store closed down, where after the pandemic, there were really not that much in the way of people going to some of these locations, and businesses went out of business. So I didn't know that until I looked at this. I can click on locations. I can go look for Orlando. And there's 2 locations left in Orlando, downtown and over by University of Central Florida. Those aren't really where I want the tourist area to go, so I need to go back to this post and perhaps change my recommendations, because having this broken link just doesn't do me any good. And you can see this was recently discovered. This is for June 27th that discovered it, and here I am on June 30th. If you want to update your list, there is a button right over here to scan for broken links. And then you can filter this down by the type, whether it's a post or a page, and also the categories that you have for your post. So you can filter these things and just look at maybe one category at a time, or maybe just look at only posts or only pages at a time. But it gives you a good way to filter what's going on. And the status code over here lets you look for things that service unavailable. Maybe that was somebody was down for a while and they may be back up, so you can test that. But some of these other things, might say, I need to go in and replace or update those links. So that's a good way to find out what's going on. And you can see that I've got 190 items. So if this site has 190 broken links, there's a lot of opportunity for me to clean up on this site and then go back in and kind of build up my rankings for the topics where I want to have authority. So the next one, we have 404 errors. That's kind of taking us back to our error report. We can see that we have some 404s here. And this is specific to things that just simply aren't found anymore. So like this site is a website I used to have. I still own the domain, but I no longer point it to a site. Well, it's not going to be there anymore. It's going to get a 404. So I need to get rid of any references to wbeam.com. You notice we have other reports up here. So if we click on links report, this one I find kind of handy. You can look at the titles of maybe some of the pages that you have, and you can filter this again by post type. You can see how many inbound internal links you have, outbound internal links, and outbound external links. That lets you look at a glance at some of your pages to see where you might be able to improve it. So this one is a blog post that's just simply hosted a YouTube video. But let's say that this was a topic that I really wanted to rank for, because there are people who want to drive, let's say, from a rental at the Orlando International Airport to Magic Kingdom or Walt Disney World. That might be something that I could rank for. I haven't done the research on that, but we'll find out. But if it is something I want to rank for, I definitely want to get more inbound internal links from supporting articles. And I may have 1 or 2 internal links that I want to do, and there may be some external links, but mostly you want to be careful of how you spend the link juice for your pages that you want to rank for. The way Google is working is that every page has a certain amount of juice, and not every page has an equal amount of juice. Some have more, some have less. But every link within that page gets divided equally to spread the love of that link juice out. So it doesn't matter if it's a no-follow link or not, Google ranks it the same. If there's a link, it gets an equal distribution of the authority and link juice inside of a page. So the one you want to rank for, you don't want to spread that love around too much to other articles that are subordinate or external. You want to be careful. You want that one to rank. Link Whisper helps you find those opportunities. So where I need to add internal links, or maybe where I have too many outbound links, whether internal or external. So that's why I really love this tool, because there's a lot of opportunity here. So if you see this one, our top 10 Orlando restaurants, no internal links. That's a good keyword to try and work for top 10 Orlando restaurants. And yet I'm spreading all of that authority out to other internal links and to 4 external links. I kind of want to turn this around. I want to find out what these internal links are and maybe have them pointing to inbound links for this page. So that's kind of an idea. What I probably did, without knowing what I was doing at the time, is I had a lot of articles and I was linking to them from this page. That's backward, at least as far as wanting to rank for a position on Google or other search engines. You've also got a domains report. and you can see the domains that you're ranking for and where you have links. And so, for example, Twitter. I would probably go through here, and I don't really need to link to Twitter or Instagram or Facebook on a lot of these cases. And Disney World, iTunes, and WilliamBeam.com, that's my photography site. I probably don't really need the post linking to that. But I can come over here and click on this, and I can see exactly which articles are linking to that site. And it makes it easier for me to go in there and kind of sort this stuff out. The reason I have, I think, these social media sites is because on the podcast, I did at the bottom of each one links to my social media presence. And quite honestly, that's not really a good idea anymore. Same thing with, that's why I have an iTunes link, Google Play, Blueberry, Stitcher. All those things are related to the podcast. I really need to change my strategy. So, for example, one of the things I want to start ranking this site for is Orlando Podcast. Those opportunities to clean up these links, now that I can see the report, really helps me go straighten things out and improves my odds of ranking for a term like Orlando Podcast. Finally, I want to take a look on the clicks report, and that kind of tells you, are you getting any clicks? Now, since this is an old article you can see from 2006, and I don't think that a lot of these things are ranking for anything, but you can kind of sort to see, here's where I am getting it. I have most of my clicks on Orlando toll roads and how to avoid them. That gives me a very good way to look at something that's ready to rank. And I know this used to rank on page 1 for Orlando toll roads. I can go in here and make this perhaps my authority post, and then maybe do some articles on some specific toll roads. So in Orlando, we have 417, 408, 528, and a number of other ones. I think we've got 51 toll roads around here. I can do articles on some of those, link up to this, and there's my opportunity to rank on Google and bring in traffic. So that is a quick look at Link Whisper. I hope I've given you an understanding of what it can do for you and how it can do it. Now, if you are interested in this, I have a coupon code, and here's the page. Just go to suburbiapress.com/linkwhisper. I'll put that on the screen and in the description below. Coupon code is my last name, Beam, B-E-E-M. This goes until July 11th, and you can get $20 off if you visit this page and use that coupon code. There is, that code's going to expire on July 11th, but we'll still have a discount after that. But the best discount is going to be $20 off. So if you see this before July 11th, 2021, please go ahead, check that out. If this is an affiliate link, I'll get a commission, but you'll also save $20, so hopefully that's a fair deal. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you've appreciated this. If you did, please click the like button. That helps people know that this is something that they want to watch. Subscribe if you haven't already. I've done a lot of videos on Fluent CRM. This is on Link Whisper. I have a lot of other things I'll be doing for small business people. And also, click the little bell notification icon so that way you'll get a notice the next time I put a video out. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video.